Welcome to the School of Bravery. My name is Emily Ann Peterson, and I am the founder of the School of Bravery. And I'm a songwriter, an artist, and an author. And this month in the School of Bravery, we're focusing on defiant expectation. It's one of the 12 ingredients of bravery listed in my book, Bare Naked Bravery. And we focus on one of those 12 ingredients every month in the school. Um, at the time of recording this, I actually don't remember if I posted the episodes that we recorded for last month's episode, last month's ingredient of improvisation, because we were improvising a lot last month. Um, our world kind of got shook hardcore by dealing with COVID-19 and coronavirus stuff and a global economic crisis, and just no big deal being isolated at home and dealing with like really scary feelings um, and lots of life changes and transitions and things. So one, thank you for sticking with us and being patient while we adjusted to those things. And two, um, as kind of a micro masterclass, it's a really good example of how improvisation can work. Sometimes things like you work with the most important things, which in my life is like my current clients and the things that are most important to me. Like I make value-based decisions rather than numerical-based decisions, and so that meant that for last month, at least, um, the podcast kind of got a little bit of the back burner. So I'm sorry for that if you are looking forward to things, but I am also looking forward to moving forward and talking more about some defiant expectation and how bravery can unfold for you this season. So first, I want to talk about the school. Um, we've had some new students join us this year, this last couple months, and it's been really great to have them join us. So welcome, you guys, if you're listening. Welcome again. Um, secondly, we have, because of all of this stuff that has gone on in COVID and with COVID and us, everyone staying at home more often, we have more work parties and we have a new monthly virtual movie night with all of the students. So if you find yourself at home kind of just twiddling your thumbs or wishing that you were surrounded by a more community, um, please join us. Like we would really love to have you join us. One of the lovely things that has started is that I've created a scholarship application, and also our lowest level of enrollment is now on a sliding scale. So if you are in a season of financial hardship, there are still options for you to join us and be part of our community. We would love to have you. Other than that, um, if you find yourself in a season of bravery where you're like, I don't need to just attend classes, I need to like have some hands-on help, because this is an all hands on deck situation in my life right now. And that can apply to just your life in general. It can also apply to your career and your business. Um, and so really, I want you to consider me to be an asset to you. I'm here for you. I want to help you. Another way that you can jump in and join the community, we just added a leave a voicemail button on our podcast page. So if you go to schoolofbravery.com/podcast, you'll see a button that says leave us a voicemail right at the top. And you can leave us a voicemail. And if um, I would just say, like, if you leave, it's a 90-second limit. So if you maybe want to practice like your 90 seconds before you leave the message, that's a good idea, because I would love to play it on air and play it in the show. And answer a question if you have a question, or if you want to nominate somebody this season who you've just noticed, like my neighbor has been really brave and I'm really proud of them, or my sister has been really brave and I want to just acknowledge how courageous they've been. We want to hear about it. So leave us a voicemail at schoolofbravery.com/podcast. There's a big old button. That window will just pop right up. Okay, so today, now that we have announcements out of the way, today I want to talk a little bit about defiant expectation, which is, we just had a masterclass today on this. We had a group coaching call, and it was really great to just talk with and discuss some of these concepts with our students who are dealing with these issues of like, how do I have hope for the future when no one knows what the future is going to look like? That's really scary. Or how do I make plans in my life when no one knows how to make plans? Like, not even our healthcare system or the government or the rest of the world. Everyone is improvising still, it feels like, and it can kind of still feel like the world is free falling. I've been kind of joking with some friends via text who've, said, how are you doing? And my response is like, well, we're just free falling like we've always been free falling. So we're just more aware of it now. And sometimes that can feel comforting, but sometimes it's not as comforting, right? And I would say, like, as a follow-up of that, in light of this month's bravery ingredient of defiant expectation, that you don't have to know all the answers right now in order to still have defiant expectation for something to happen in the future. Another thing is that when you don't have defiant expectation, or when you lack hope, or when you find yourself struggling with disillusionment or despair, a lot of times what that can look like is a standstill. It can feel like a standstill. I know one of our students, Hana Kyle, she, you can go check out her stuff at hanakyle.com. She is a body movement expert, and we were talking today about how, she is wanting, her message is like, now is not the time to let your body atrophy. Now is the time to, it can be a time for you to give yourself some self-care and still push yourself and still grow. And so that's her defiant expectation. We have other students who are defiantly expecting that they can finish a creative project in the midst of all of this craziness. We have students who are defiantly expecting that they can pivot their business completely and come out the other side of all of this like better, stronger, and possibly even more lucrative. We have students who are attempting to automate their business and perfect, or like improve some of the systems that their business runs off of, so that they can lean on that defiant expectation that their business can run really smoothly. So I would ask, if you find yourself in that place of disillusionment, or like, what is happening? Why? What's going on? I would ask yourself, like, where is your hope? Because that hope can really, it can be a real guidepost for you, especially when life in the moment of the feat of bravery feels really messy. An example I would describe to you, or like a metaphor I would lay out, is that, like a firefighter who is jumping into a burning building to save someone has defiant expectation that even though he doesn't know necessarily what is happening in the burning building, like exactly what the furniture looks like that's on fire inside that burning building, he knows that his skill and his education and his experience is enough to get him to the person who needs to be rescued and to get the both of them out of that burning building. So if you can figure out, like dig deep inside of yourself and ask, like, who needs my help? And how can I offer all of those things to that person? All of the things that they need, or all the things that I have to offer that person. How can I give them that kind of help? I think that being a helper in a season like this has been a really, it's been a life raft for me personally, even just as an advocate of mental health and my own mental health, would say, like, it's been a real asset for me to be a helper in this season. It's allowed me to set my sights not on anxiety or anxiety producing events or anxiety triggering feelings. And instead, I'm able to focus on the things and the people who I love who might need my help. And that can sometimes feel like a really great way to utilize some of that extra pent up energy. So, that being said, like I will add a couple things because I've been listening to a lot of podcasts in this last season. There's I have put several we've created a page for COVID-19. So if you go to schoolofbravery.com/COVID-19, so no dash in the COVID-19, just one word, COVID-19. If you go to that page /COVID-19, you will find a rescue and resource guide. Basically, it's just a long list of all of these links and grants and loan applications and fun things to do with kids and dance websites and other free courses and live streams and all sorts of wonderful things that are out there that are being offered by other helpers. So if you yourself find that today is not a day where I'm a helper, today is a day where I need to be helped because then I would encourage you to go to that page, because there are links for business owners, there are links for your creative health, for your physical health, for your mental health. I don't know if you know, I didn't know this, but when we were collecting these links to put on this page, there's such a thing as warm lines. So rather than a hotline for like domestic violence or suicide or some of the more emergency related events that may happen regarding relationships or mental health, there's a thing called warm lines. And so if you feel like you might need preventative assistance, like, yikes, today's a rough day, you can call a warm line and get some support from somebody who has experience dealing with that. So either personally or professionally. So there are so many other links very similar to that, or like organizations that are willing to offer that kind of help because they have defiant expectation for you, right? So I would say if you find yourself in this month in a place where you don't have defiant expectation, or you find yourself disillusioned or lacking that hope, either look for people who need your help, or look for people who are willing to help, because both exist. And and your bravery really is still needed in the world. And I, like I have said it so many times that it's now more than ever that your bravery is needed. But I really, I really do mean it right now. Like your bravery right now is needed now more than ever. Um, so deep breaths, and I'm giving you distant hugs, virtual hugs, because I know we all miss them. What those feel like. Those were wonderful, right? Please reach out to me on Instagram. Come, go to /podcast, schoolofbravery.com/podcast, and leave us a voicemail. Would love to hear from you. And come say hey to us. Come join us. Come be part of the community. We'd love to have you join us. It'd be really great. Your bravery is needed in the world, but I'm sure that your bravery is needed in our community as well. So with that, I will leave you to wait for our next episode, which will be great. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk to you soon.